viewers, I'm Anam Firdos from Babu Jagjeevan Ram Government Degree College. Today I'm here to share with you the green initiatives taken up by the students of Babu Jagjeevan Ram Government Degree College. We the students of BJR GDC have taken an initiative to become eco-warriors and future entrepreneurs. As eco-warriors, it is an ideal opportunity for us to get more involved in the environmental friendly activities, and we have got an opportunity to influence decisions which are made and communicate our feelings. As eco-warriors, we can change the world with our everyday actions. Coming to our another initiative of becoming future entrepreneurs. As future entrepreneurs, we can develop an idea for a unique and in-demand business, and here we have provided with an opportunity to learn about various plantation techniques, and also we have gained hands-on experience in different range of business roles. We have gained hands-on experience with many business ideas, and also we have learned many new strategies for launching new products, and also the different ways to generate revenue by them by expanding into new areas. Here, as you can see, we have looked for the solutions, innovative solutions for the community-based problems. According to Investopedia, the social entrepreneurs are willing to take up the risk and effort to change the society with their initiatives. So, viewers, now our team members will be explaining you about the various plantation techniques which have been adapted by us, and as you can see, we have kept on practicing them. So now I request my colleague Samir to explain the initiative of vertical gardening. Thank you.
Hello viewers, myself Mohammad Samir from Babu Jagjeevan Ram Government Degree College. Today I'll be sharing one of the initiatives we took in our campus, vertical gardening. In this 21st century, every city is leading towards urbanization, causing a decrease in the green space of our surroundings, and also ultimately resulting in the environmental degradation in many ways of all life forms. We have also handled similar issue at our campus, and also due to spatial constraint at our campus, we have adapted various naval methods, one of which is vertical gardening. Vertical gardening is a method of growing of plants on the walls using hydroponics. As you can see, we have adapted two methods. This method is called a self-watering system. In this method, we have used PVC pipes and water bottles. These PVC pipes are arranged in 4 rows, each are having 5 columns of plastic bottles. This method is completely based on hydroponics. Minimal amount of water has been used in this method. Various variety of plants have been planted in this method. The other method is quite exciting, as to eradicate the evil effect of the plastic in our society, we have used waste plastic bottles. These plastic bottles are arranged in such a manner that it shows drip irrigation method, as water flows from top to bottom. With the help of this method, we have brought various diversified variety of plants together on a compact wall. This was the best way, we thought, to overcome the situation of spatial constraint and environmental degradation. The idea of vertical gardening can also act as a startup to the unemployed students, as they can commercialize the products grown to vertical garden and can sell them, and they can earn some good amount of revenue with it. We would also like to share the idea of vertical garden to other schools and colleges to increase the green space in our society and surroundings. I would now like to call my colleague P. Shiny to say a few words on the vermicompost and organic manure. Thank you.
Hi viewers, myself Shiny. I am going to share you the knowledge about organic manure and vermicomposting. Organic manures are the natural products which are used by the farmers to provide food for the croplands. In our daily life, we are having different kinds of manures like farmyard manure, green manure, and the compost manure, which is prepared from the crop residues and farm waste. Organic manures provides the nutrients to the plants in the limited quantities. It also helps in maintaining the carbon and nitrogen ratio in the soil. It also increases the fertility of the soil. Coming to the preparation of organic manure, the decomposed compost is decomposed by the bacteria and fungi. If the chemical fertilizer is not available, we can use wood ash and also the decomposed compost. As you can see, in our college we have prepared the organic manure with the help of Jeevamrutam, dung and also water. Add enough water to keep the compost moist. Then after, we have to keep it for aeration at least for 30 to 40 days. After that, at least for 30 to 40 days, keep it for aeration. After aeration, organic manure should be added to the soil to increase the productivity for the better yield. So in this way, the farmers can utilize the organic manure to increase their crop production for their better yield in their fields. Coming to the vermicomposting preparation, it is a method of making a compost with the use of earthworms which gradually grows in the soil. They eat biomass and they excrete it in the digested form. Vermicomposting can be done either in the pits or in the heap form. Coming to the benefits of organic manure, it helps in maintaining the plant nutrients. It also increases the micronutrients. It has good water holding capacity. Coming to the preparation of vermicomposting, as you can see in our college, we have very short space, but out of our enthusiasm, we have prepared the vermicompost with the help of black soil and also earthworms which gradually lives in the soil. They eat biomass and they excrete it in the digested form. Vermicomposting, either it is prepared from the pit or in the heap method. As you can see, we took a thatched roof in order to protect the earthworms from the rain and sun. So the vermicompost is helpful to grow the plants in our short space at our homes and also in the surrounding areas. Vermicomposting is rich in the source of vitamins, enzymes and also growth hormones, different nutrients. Vermicomposting can be done in very various ways, but in our college, due to very little space, we have taken initiative to prepare vermicomposting. Vermicomposting can be done for the establishment of the saplings in the nursery. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Now, I would like to invite N. Pavani to share a few words about biofertilizers and botanical garden.
Hello viewers, I am N. Pavani. I am going to share one of the green initiative which we have incorporated in our campus, that is biofertilizers and botanical garden. Coming to the biofertilizers is a substance which contain large number of microorganisms when it is applied to seeds and soils. These microorganisms, when it is applied, it can grow into the nutrients to the plants and it provides nutrients to the host plant. These biofertilizers also provide eco-friendly and agro-organic input. Biofertilizers can also fix the nutrients in the soil in the form of nitrogen. If we have a nitrogen deficiency, we can fix it by providing a large number of plants. And these biofertilizers also provide a protection against the bionutrients, that is from the soil erosion and the drought. In our campus, we have taken an initiative to grow our azolla. That is, the main aim of growing azolla is to maintain in this small space and to overcome this space, and it does not need any sunlight. This azolla can be prepared. This azolla is mainly for the nitrogen fixation. This azolla is also called as a nitrogen factor. Botanical garden. Botanical garden is a garden. It detects a cultivation, collection and wide range of plants labeled with the botanical names, and this botanical garden also plays an important role in the maintenance and conservation of world plant diversity for the education of the students in our campus. And it also plays a central role in the maintenance of human needs. In our campus, we have kept some plants like avocado, green apple, curry leaves, etc.
Hi viewers, myself Raju. I am going to explain about medicinal plants that we have planted in our medicinal plant unit in our college. Medicinal plants plays a very important role in Ayurveda and Unani. Medicinal plants are also called as medicinal herbs. Medicinal plants have been discovered in ancient times and used in prehistoric time as a traditional practice. Plants produces and synthesis very large amount of chemical compounds like alkaloids, glycoids and polyphenols etc. to defend against the bacteria and fungi and some herbivores. Every part of the plant and body is used as a medicine. Benefits and uses given by the plant is enormous, and the medicinal plants had its origin from Atharvana Veda and Ayurveda and Susrita Samhita had used hundreds of medicinal plants such as turmeric which contain curcumin. Some of the benefits and uses in medicinal plants are, for example, vamu leaves. Vamu leaves lowers the blood pressure and prevents cough, and it fights against the bacteria and fungi. And the next leaves are Tippatiga. Tippatiga leaves are helpful in the leaf extract from the Tippatiga leaves is useful in nasal itching and sneezing, and it acts as an antioxidant, and it is used in the treatment of many liver diseases, stomach ulcers and also headache and fever. And the next plant is Bachali Bachali leaves. Bachali leaves are also used as a green vegetable. Bachali leaves are helps in maintaining healthy heart. Bachali leaves is used as an antioxidant and is used in the treatment of cancer. And it is very helpful in the weakness of bones and anemia. And the next plant is multivitamin plant. Multivitamin plant is a good source of many micro and macronutrients. It is a good antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And this plant is the plant leaves of the multivitamin plant heals the wound. And the next plant is Tulasi. Tulasi plant has wide range of uses, and it helps in the eye and oral health of the body, and it has anti-aging properties. And the next plant is Addasara. Addasara plant has very useful in treatmenting of many lung diseases like asthma, bronchitis, cough, cold and breathlessness, and also dental ailments. And now Machpatri. Machpatri plant has also helps in curing many diseases of lungs in like asthma and some cough and cold. And it was also used in the treatment of many diseases. And the next plant is Saraswati plant. Saraswati plant is also used Saraswati plant is also useful mainly for improving brain and memory power, and also strengthen nerves. And next plant is Google. Google plant is also used. Google plant it produces a fragrant that is used as incense. It is used in the treatment of arthritis, and the leaves of the Google also used in the weight loss. Thank you.
Hi viewers, I am A. Mahalakshmi. In this video, I am going to explain a few things about flower garden and make you aware on environmental consciousness. Flower garden. Flower garden is a place where flowers are grown and displayed. Flower garden is also known as floral garden. Flower garden is indeed a key factor in modern and landscape design, and also it is useful in architecture. Flower garden is a place where the flowers and plants can be displayed in a different way. So different types of species can be displayed in a flower garden. Let us know some benefits of the flower garden. They are used as a companion plants. Companion flowering plants are friends with the benefits. Edible nutritious food, free fertilizers. So we can earn money on cutting plants. And also free fertilizers can be produced through the dried flowering petals or etc. things. And we can get free plants on the flowering garden. They provide good color and color to the nature. Now let us know some important features that are involved in flower garden and flowering. Flowers are very important to the nature as they provide seeds that are possible to grow, and flowers are indeed a good factors that will provide in good fragrance when they blossoms up. Flowers give good color to the nature also, as they As there are different types of flowers in our nature, they will provide good fragrance and also good color to the nature. Flowers, these roots can be help in soil. They fertile the soil and also they filter the water under the ground. Let us know, in our premises we have taken an initiative to grow a flower garden. For the first and foremost thing is, the flower garden gives good color to the nature. Let us take one example from our garden. Let us have a look on hibiscus plant. Hibiscus plant is originally native. It will grow in all seasons also. It will grow in subtropical and tropical regions of the world. It also grows in any season in different colors. Also, it can be different species also. Now let us have a look on plants in our college. We have kept a different types of hibiscus species that varies in different colors. We have pink, orange, yellow and red color species in our college. And we have kept some other plants like mulberry, kalabanda and also this kanakambaram. This is also known as firecracker flower. Plants are very important to the planet as they provide oxygen and also they provide oxygen and take in the carbon dioxide. They are backbone of all the lives on the earth. They are important resources for the human beings. They are also helpful in physiological and psychological functions to the human beings. When they connect to the nature, they get connection with the nature that they will provide a good kind of entrepreneurship. Let us discuss about environmental consciousness. Environmental consciousness is about being aware of the world around us, having concern towards the nature. Environmental awareness is about living a green lifestyle. As an Eco Warriors, we have taken a green initiative in our college campus as we invited different types of gardens. As we can see, different types of plastic we have used in our college. We can see the different types of plants like bay leaf, ramphal and Lakshman phal. These are included in vertical garden. And next we can go to different types of plants have been planted in our garden. Let us now look on composting and biofertilizers. Here we have azolla preparation and also vermicomposting. And different types of medicinal plants are also included in this biofertilizers. And let us see some botanical garden. Let us go to botanical garden. Here we have different types of plants that gives fruits to the environment. They are sapota, curry leaves and other plants. Our environment include air, water, land and also some different natural resources are included in the environment. Our environment consists of land that is useful for soil. It is useful in nature as it provides a fertilizer to the plants. And we can see here different types of herbal plants that are included. So many. We have kept hibiscus and different types of plants are included in this medicinal plant unit. We have different species like 70 species we have included in this medicinal plant. Now let us see the flower garden. Here we also have different types of hibiscus species and also mulberry and firecracker flowers. Environment is very important as it will give nature. It is a nature that provides everything to the human beings. We need to protect our environment as it will give many things, many useful things to the human beings. As human impacts may cause different types of destructions to the environment. Knowingly or unknowingly, We humans are causing destruction to the environment, damaging the environment. Positively, negatively, it leads to destruction. We can use different types of renewable resources that are technically good, like we can use plants and different types of things. If we protect the environment will protect us in many ways. So in our college we have taken a good initiative of green plants and greenery we have included to our college. This is our BJR government GDC. As we included good things and plants, different types of species. We have included different types of species that are helpful for human beings and nature. So this is the end of the topic. Thank you.
Hello viewers, I'm Anam Firdaus and I'm going to share with you about the various air purifying plants which have been incorporated in our college. As we know, Delhi being choked with many dead people and also with alarming and hazardous effects. As we know, the people firstly run for the mask, whether it could be simple cloth ones or the doctor ones or the very most precise ones are N95 ones, because the people find mask like a protection against the air pollutants and toxins. And moreover, alternatively, people are taking a step back and staying at home. So people are thinking that staying at home can protect them against many toxins and they will help them reduce the exposure to the deadly pollutants outside. But surprisingly, the bitter truth is that the indoor air quality is very deceiving. Primarily, people can't stay indoor forever, and secondly, people think that the air which we breathe in indoor is not as clean as we think it to be. So for this, moreover, there is a realistic approach that is long-term and environmental friendly, which is we should bring tubs of air purifying plants and we can incorporate in our homes so that we can breathe fresh air indoors also. So to set up a clean and healthy breathing environment, there is not necessarily, it doesn't need a huge space or a big terrace or balcony, and we can bring this air purifying plants and we can keep it in our home in a very short space. It requires very short space. So as we have incorporated in our college also, you can see. So meanwhile there are many benefits of this air purifying plants, such as we breathe in, the most healthy thing is we breathe in oxygen, right? So this air purifying plants increase the levels of oxygen in our home. And at the same time, if I talk about the benefits of this air purifying plants indoors, that it can maintain the room temperature. At the same time, it can reduce the background noise at our home. So we have incorporated 12 major air purifying plants in our college, which have been suggested by NASA scientists, and at the same time these are easily available at in India, and also they can be easily affordable by many people. Okay, so coming to our first plant, which is aloe vera. Aloe vera is a very well known plant, and we can find this plant in every Indian's home. And at the same time, aloe vera plant not only cleanses the benzene and formaldehyde, it also absorbs the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide also. And it is really very affordable. At the same time, it is very short and it can be easily maintained and grown in our home. The second plant, if we talk about, is peace lily. It not only beautifies our home, at the same time it eradicates the air pollutants indoor, and the air pollutants caused by the household things such as couches, curtains, etc. If I talk about the other plant, which is one-necked Dracaena, this plant is very short, and at the same time it eradicates the air pollutants from causing by various household things such as curtains and couches, etc. Similarly, 12 plants given by the suggested by the NASA scientists we have incorporated in our college. We have taken the plant aloe vera, we have taken Warnick Dracaena. At the same time, we have taken many other plants such as Indian green spider and Indian snake, bamboo palm, and Indian basil, money plant. So what are these all? These all are the air purifying plants, and these are the 12 most best and air purifying plants which can be easily found in India and at the same time easily affordable by many Indians also. So I request all the viewers, you also get this plants and you can just keep it in a very little space in your homes, and it is a small message for you all. Rather than going outside like that, we can keep this air purifying plants as it increases oxygen levels. It can beautify our homes and increase the greenery also. At the same time, this thing in this pandemic time, we can pass on very like this oxygen levels. Instead of buying them from outside, we can use them like this also. Okay viewers, so I request all of you to get this air purifying plants which have been suggested by the NASA scientists. And so coming to the end of the topic, I conclude that and I request all of you to bring this air purifying plants in your homes, and we wish you all very good health, and thank you all everyone. So viewers, as citizens, it is our responsibility to protect our environment. So let us all pledge together. We the students of Babu Jagjeevan Ram Government Degree College pledge that we will save our environment and keep it clean, green and healthy as we are Eco Warriors. Thank you viewers.